Hi everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Stamping. This is a place where we craft, we chat, and we unlock some paper crafting fun together. My name is Lillian from Stampers Niche, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Alberta, Canada. And I come to you every Monday night, or pretty much every Monday night at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. So if you're new, welcome. If you're a regular, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So I don't know how many of you watched the Super Bowl yesterday. I know that it was a really close and exciting game. I crafted and then popped in to watch the overtime part, and I love to see the excitement and the winning team and all of that kind of thing. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and if you're in Valentine mode, that's a great too. I'm just kind of chatting till a few more people pop on. But I'm thinking about going down to my desktop. But before I do that, be sure to say hi to each other. Let me know where you're from, all that kind of thing. And then I don't know about your house, but many homes, Super Bowl was all about the food as well. And then Valentine's Day's coming up, and often that's a lot about the food too. So I thought my question tonight would be, it doesn't have to be Super Bowl, it doesn't have to be Valentine's or Galentine's Day, but what's a treat that you love to eat? So what's a favorite treat or snack that you like to eat? Is it a sweet one? Is it savory? Let us know in the comments as I'm going down to my desktop and getting things set up. So welcome everyone. Oh, so glad to see people saying hello already. Excellent. Love it. Okay, let's see what kind of snacks people like. Are we seeing any of that? I'm glad you're saying hello. That's perfect. Okay, I'm having troubles. This doesn't want to stay in position. There we go. Oh well, we'll use it that way. How's that? And there we go. Just making sure that I'm actually broadcasting on my computer channel. And so for those of you who have just joined, we're wondering what kind of snacks you like, and whether it's for Valentine's Day or Super Bowl or just because, or you're having a snack attack. That's often mine. And I actually like savory and crunchy, that kind of thing, more than the chocolate or the sweet. Although I won't say no to those either. I just really like all kinds of food. So let's see here what's going on. There we go. There. All righty. So while you're doing that, popcorn. Oh, popcorn's one of my top ones. Yes, I love it. Excellent. I missed some of the others. Savory for me. Cheese and crackers or chips. Oh, I can hang out with you ladies and snack to my heart's content. Pardon me. Chocolate, popcorn, cheesies. Yeah, cheesies. I love them. All righty. Oh, I'm getting hungry. So big thank you to everyone who shared their Valentine's projects. I had that listed as something to do, and I put the names in and spun the wheel, and it was a random draw. And Fran, you won these embellishments, and I have your address, so I'll be popping those into the mail to you. These are likely one of my go-to embellishments. They're in the catalog right now, the mini catalog. They're called, oh, those are the wrong name. Let me just bring my catalog in, make sure I get it. They're in the wrong package. Here's what they are: iridescent foil gems. They are great. They're not very bulky. They have that bit of gold in them. You can color them, and so these are actually my all-time favorite right now. And I am going to have to change the name on there. So thank you for all of you who shared wonderful projects. And if you're in a bit of a Valentine crunch, I saw this idea. Now, I should have done it on a bigger piece of paper, but if you take hearts, any hearts seem to be working. So if you take hearts and just layer them one on top of the other, draw in little arms and legs, an antenna and put some wiggly eyes. There you go. If I had it bigger, I could maybe fasten a pencil here or a sucker or something like that. So I just thought that was really quick and easy that even the kids in your life could make. So there you go. But I would go with a little bit bigger piece of paper. I was just experimenting, and I should have planned a little better. So there's just a little inspiration right there. So I'm going to talk about alphabets tonight. I don't know about you, but I love a good alphabet. And every time a new one gets released by Stampin' Up, I think, oh no, I don't need it. I've got lots of alphabets. And then I go, oh, I need it. So let's just talk about the alphabets that have been around for a while first. There's the alphabet a la mode. So it's this alphabet here. It has letters as well as numbers. I have used this so much. It is fabulous. It is about, okay, size-wise, it is about, an inch and a half tall and about less than 3/4 of an inch wide. So they are tall and skinny, but they work well. And last year I made a bunch of these cards, so you might recall them. I love that punch too. So you can spell out quite a few words and fit them on a card. And so there's that one. So that's Alphabet a la Mode, and it's in the annual catalog. Another alphabet product we have is the Alphabest stamp set, and I've used this so much. And in fact, there is a project I made with this on Pinterest that is my every day people pin it still. And I made this, I would say year and a half ago. And I don't have it anymore. I gave it away, but I've used the words happy, or the letters, pardon me, happy, and strung them on a banner so it looks like they're little banner pieces. Anyway, it's always been a hit. So this is great because it's smaller and it's got little frames. We have a punch that goes with that. We have all the kinds of little extra things here too. So there's that. But in the mini catalog, the new mini, this one here, there is another alphabet set. And you might have missed it. It's on page 41. So you might have seen the dog stamp here. Look over here. It is right here. So it kind of gets lost. You can see it being used here for these dog treats. And so I wanted to talk about that tonight. So it is on page 47. And you'll notice the little symbol here, the mini, it actually will fit in the mini cut and emboss machine. And so let's take a little bit closer look here. Let me bring it in. So the alphabet itself is all in one piece, just like that. And I am loving that. Irene, you have it and love it. I do too. I have just been playing with it more lately and absolutely love it. Now, some of the letters are two, like there are two A's. I thought there were two E's. Yeah, there are two E's, just two H's. Not two of everything, but two of the most popular ones. And then there are two other dies. So there are actually only 3 dies in this set. So there are some of your punctuation marks like that. And then, you know, if you have different languages, that kind of thing. I know you have to read it backwards right now. So we're going to use this tonight. And just a little hint. I write messages to myself and tuck it in with my dies. So I'm saying if I'm using basic white, the thick is likely what I want to use. The measurement for this, 3 1/4 by 5 1/2 is big enough. But if you want to have a little extra, if you're using the negative part, you might want to make it 3 1/2. So that's why I have the 2 there. So that's the die we're going to use tonight. And we'll put that to the side. And then the paper we're going to use tonight, the designer paper, is paper that I only have scraps of. And believe it or not, there were 48 sheets in this package. This paper, and I don't think I've got them all here. I think I've used some of them. This paper is in the annual catalog. And if you go to page, here's the other piece. If you go to page, I marked it so I could find it quickly, $129 in the annual catalog. Here it is right here. So there are 48 sheets, 4 each of 12 double-sided. So I am definitely missing some, but you can see that there is a lot here. We're going to use this one, but I'll just show you the back of the ones that I have. One of the things that I do with packages of paper like this, I tend to make bags. So it is great paper for that because you get so much, or it's great to share with a friend. So the back, again, is a little more generic. So there were other pieces like have pretzels on it and all kinds. Here's this. This is always fun to use, that kind of paper. And then on this side, it's this. And this actually matches one of the punches. And there was one other side. Maybe I don't have it anymore. I don't have any. One other side matched one of the punches too. So anyway, great paper. Now, in the annual catalog, it has one order number. So that is found where you would always find your order numbers. But it is also one of the new additions to Celebration. You can find it right here. But it does have a different order number. So if you were ordering any of these new additions to Celebration, they were released on February 1st. Just remember, even though these can be found online or in the catalog, the order numbers are different. So don't be caught unawares there. And if you're having trouble entering it, that could be your problem. So there are all kinds of wonderful things here. You've seen me use these embossing folders, tons, great kits, memories and more. Markers, the new markers and all the new core colors, that's a level 2, so it's free with a $120 order. But just fabulous, fabulous stuff here. So let's move this out of the way and quit chatting, Lillian, and get going. So the card that we are casing is this card here. So this uses the alphabets, just the XOXO. It's a great Valentine's one. And I case this from Danny's Thoughtful Corner. I forget what her last name is. But you saw me last year in February. So if you're looking for it, you can go back and look at the February posts or look at YouTube. I made quite a few cards with the XOXO and the alphabet a la mode, the tall skinny letters. Now, this is doing it with these, but we're going to change this up and make one that is for a birthday. So let's put that to the side like that and bring in my little packet of goodies, just like that. And we're going to start with our usual card base, half a sheet of thick basic white, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And so we're just doing a basic card. I saw something the other day where someone said white is my, oh, what did they say? I might have to come back. Something about white space. And I thought, ooh, that's me. Yes, I love a white space. And this card fits that perfectly. Then I cut out 2 pieces using the Perennial Postage Dies. And these are them right here. These are another set that are sort of like basic dies. They are absolutely fabulous. So you get some of the large shapes, rectangular shapes with the postage marks around them. Then you get some of these. This will cut a little hole so you can thread it and make it a tag. Same with this here. This one here only does embossing, and we're going to use that tonight. So I'm going to put it right there. And the rest from here I have already cut out. But they all have the postage jiggy-jaggies, whatever they're called, all the way around, except this one here. Let's see if I can get it out. And it is straight on the 2 sides, so it almost looks like a ticket. So it fits that kind of thing. So we're using that. It's part of the bundle, but we're using something different with it tonight. So we've got this, and we've got this and this. They are the same size because I'm just going to mount them little bit off like that. And then because this is going to be covered, I cut a few extras out. So we've got that. Then we have our designer paper that we're going to cut the alphabet out of, and some adhesive sheets. Now adhesive sheets come 12 by 12, so they come nice and long like that, but you just cut them up to fit whatever you want. And I always cut them so that they're just a smidge smaller, because if they hang over the edge, they might muck up your die machine, right? So let's cut out the alphabet first off, and we'll get that done. So I want to put the adhesive sheet on the back. So I'm going to peel the backing off, and there are little slits, so you can peel off like that. And I'm going to get this one just started a little bit so it's easier. But then I'm going to leave the rest on so I have something to hang on to, because this is very sticky, right? So I'm going to just bring it so it's barely in, like that. Now I can flip it up and grab this easily because I had it folded up. I can peel that, and as I peel, I'm going to guide my fingers and get any air bubbles out. It works out beautifully. It's just like that. Now, what I like to do is either bring my bone folder in and just sort of burnish it and push it down in, or another thing I've just started to do, because this is brand new, I've started to take my brayer, put the feet up in the air, and then run over it with my brayer, putting quite a bit of pressure. And that seems to also help it get stuck down in. Now, is all that necessary? No, but I just think it's an added little touch. So we've got that ready. And now I'm going to bring in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Actually, I'm going to stop because I want to do some stamping first, and then I'll do two things with the machine. I want to stamp here. Now I'm going to cut out the letters for happy. They're going to go here, and then I want to stamp the word birthday. And I really liked birthday here, but I don't want all the rest. So here is a technique that you can use when you want to have just one word. I'm bringing in some sticky Post-it tape. You can have a Post-it note. You could have that removable painter's tape, anything that's tacky, so it's going to stick down, but it is not going to be super glued. You don't want duct tape, okay? You want, if I got it upside down? No, just thought I did. You can see that I've used this before. So what I have done, and I needed to put that down a little bit more, haven't covered all the letters. So what I have done is I have covered over all of the letters but birthday. Now I can ink this up one of two ways. I could bring in the brush tip of my marker and brush it across and ink it up that way at the side, but because it's masked off, I'm just going to bring my ink pad in. This is Night of Navy, and I'm going to ink that up just like that. Now this is a step that's important to remember, and I have forgotten. Remove these. So it's important to remove them. Otherwise, you're going to have a colossal mess. How many of you have done this technique and forgotten to remove the Post-it note or whatever you were using? I have. Wasn't a happy camper. So just like that, we've taken the word birthday out of here, and we've got it like that. So there's a little trick for getting maybe a little bit more mileage out of your stamps and using them in a different way. So now we will go back to bringing in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So we'll bring it in like this. And we're going to cut out the alphabet. So we've got this. Where did I put the alphabet? Oh, here it is, right here. So we're going to get them all cut out. Now, I actually planned so the flowers would go up and down, but really and truthfully, once the alphabet's cut out, they're so tiny, they don't really notice. So I'm going to put it like that. I'm actually going to center it just in case I want to use the negative image. So we'll put that down on plate number 2. So we've got the platform, we've got plate number 1, plate number 2, and then we're putting plate number 3 on top. And we're going to run it through. Let's get that lined up a little bit better. Now, do you notice I don't know if you can see, I'm putting it in so the die is going in at just a little bit of an angle. It's easier on your machine and it cuts better if you do that instead of going straight on, because it's just so much to hit at once. Is it impossible? No, it's just fine, but it really is kinder to your machine and your dies if it's possible. It's not always possible to do that. Now, because I have adhesive sheet on the back, I am going to run it back. Our machines go backward and forward, so it's wonderful. I don't think I needed to do that, but better safe than sorry, right? So let's move, we're going to leave that there. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. And we're going to bring in what we stamped. And then remember I said that this little piece right here, this just embosses. And I think I would like it to go right about here, just to add a little decoration. So let's do this. I'm setting everything up just like I did for the die. Put that there, move this out of the way. I know you're dying to see it. I'll show you in just a moment. So I don't know if you can see, do you see how it does that? It's like a postage mark. So I just thought it added a little bit of interest there. So we've got that. Now let's bring in the die. So here's the die. What I love is it tends to stick together. So let's remove it. Where's my, take your pick tool here. Get a few pokey, I'm so glad they've started putting little holes to poke things out with. And then most of the letters stayed there, a few didn't, so we'll just poke them out. And I said that I was wanting to make the word happy. So we'll find the letters for happy. Now happy has 2 P's, and in my planning, I knew that there was only one. I'm going to leave that I can get those later. So I cut one extra earlier. So we've got the P here, and we have to poke out that center. And here's an A. And let's look for some more letters. H-A. I need another P. And then O-P, here it is. Y. I love how, and an H. I love how designer paper looks with these letters. They just look so, so good. So I'm going to put those to the side. And now because we have adhesive on them, we can peel the backing off and stick them down. Now, the other thing to remember is, if you don't have adhesive sheets, these are actually big enough that you could bring in your fine tip glue and you could use glue too. So adhesive sheets aren't as necessary as some of them are, like the skinny dies, but it just makes life easier. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you a little trick for getting them straight. Now, normally I put things cockeyed so I don't have to put it straight. But what you can do is bring in a ruler of some sort. This is one left over from sewing days. And I'm going to bring in my little container here, peel the backing off. Sometimes this is the hardest part. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to line it up on here, and you see the little grid on here? I'm going to line it up with that top line and stick it there. So what's happened is it's going to overhang, but I'm using this to help me line things up and work on spacing. So I can move those around. Oh, that came off better. And then I'm going to line the A up on the same line. And the P. And the next P. And while I've been playing with these alphabets, I actually started a list of words that I might use in card making or scrapbooking or with the kids or whatever. And it was lots of fun. And then when I started to include slimline cards, it gets even better. But the word celebrate will work on a landscape normal size card. You can fit a lot of letters because they are little. So let me just see here. Does that look pretty straight? I think so, and I think I like my spacing. Sometimes I have to play around with that a little bit. But there we go. Now, you can use whatever you want, but because I have a clear ruler, it's working really well because I can see through, see where my other letters are, and I can move it around, you see, and work on my placement. I want it to go just above happy birthday and try to be a bit centered. So I think that'll be pretty good. So the trickiest part is the next step, but I'm going to press down a little harder here. Now I'm going to just hold it down, whatever works. Whoops. And if one comes off, you've got the others all lined up and you can get it in place. So there, just like that, we've got happy birthday. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. That little trick has made life so much easier for me. It just works like a charm. But like I said, if you worry a bit about lining that up, then make them crooked on purpose. That always works too. Now, I just wanted to show you one thing that we could have done. We're not, because I wanted to use this little thing there. But before I put the letters on, or even after I put the letters on, you can run it through an embossing folder. So I stamped this, then when I put it in the embossing folder, I tried to make the words go in a spot that wasn't too busy. And so you could step it up like that. So I just wanted to show that to you as another option. So we're going to bring these two in. Now, and we're going to actually, believe it or not, glue them right down. So this one's going to go at an angle, and this one's going to go straight. And I'm going to play here for a little bit so I can see just a bit more poking out. So there we go. So if I can get this angled as much as possible, it should work, right? We'll find out. That's my plan anyway. So let's try that now. With the multi-purpose glue, we can play it around a little bit, of course, before it dries, but it does dry fairly fast. Yeah, I think I'm going to like that. I like it poking out. Now, I could put this on dimensionals if I wanted. I could have stuck these two together and put that on dimensionals, but I'm just going to glue everything down tonight. But that's always an option as well. So this layout, it would work well with the deckled rectangles, just cut rectangles on your paper trimmer, whatever. It would look good with any of them. I just think this is a very versatile layout and one that you could use a lot. So there, we've got that part done. Now, if we look back here, what we did is put a ribbon here, and this is the celebration ribbon just cut in half and then tied with a bit of linen thread. So I was looking at my ribbon, and I have been known to just pick a ribbon and then design the card around it. but tonight I did pick the paper first, so now I am picking ribbon to go with it. So I have this navy ribbon here, and remember it's going to go like that. So navy or bubble bath. Both these colors are in the paper, but what ribbon should I use? Navy or bubble bath? So blue or pink? Tell me, which one do you think I should use? Blue or pink? And while you're doing that, I am going to get something else. Navy, I like the contrast. Okay, navy's the first one I saw. Excellent. I'm going to show you just a little tip. When I have scraps of ribbon, I put them in, this clear jar. So for me, whenever I have scraps, I like to put them in something clear so that I can see them easily. Otherwise, I don't use them. So just going to look in here. I do have some navy scraps, so I'm going to use that because that looks about, oh, I've got pink in here too. I was set on both accounts. So, and I always store that on the shelf next to the ribbons. So there we go. So we're going to put this like that. Now, if we look at our sample that we're casing again, there's a piece tied across. So here's another choice for you. Should we use linen thread? Let me just get it out here. Just having to start a brand new one. Really? I guess I am. Let me see. Here's the end. So should we, I'll put it like that for right now. Should we tie the cross piece in linen thread or silver? So linen or silver? Linen or silver. Just like the ribbon, either one would work, or you just get a little different effect. Linen or silver. Linen. Okay. There we go. So we'll put this away, keep this out. And we've got this here. So we're going to fold the ribbon just like that. And we're going to wrap this around. Now, if you're like me, sometimes when you're crafting, you wish you had another hand. These tweezers are perfect to be your third hand. So they're going to hold that ribbon together for me. And I'm going to bring in my linen thread, wrap it around, just like I tie a shoelace. So I think sometimes we psych ourselves out here. There, we've got it like that. That's good. And we're just going to tie a bow as if we're tying a shoelace. And we're good to go. Now the bow looks a little wonky, right? So you just hang on to the middle part and make adjustments till you've got it the way you want it. And I'm going to pull this one a little bit more and just fluff it up a bit, and then bring in the scissors. And I'm going to leave them long. I can always shorten them up later if I want. So there we've got that like that. So I'm going to bring in the glue dots to fasten it down. And do I need to trim any off? I think I might make it a bit shorter. Again, that's just a personal preference. Where's my little garbage bin? There we go. Not tons, but a little bit. Just like that. And glue dots, where are you? Here we go. And because this is kind of long, I'm going to use a couple. I'm going to put one where the knot is for sure, and one just down below the knot. I want the rest of the ribbon to be going free and easy, but want to make sure it's secure. So it's going to be up a little bit higher than these postage die here. And we are just about there. We can adjust things a little bit. So there we go, just like that. Remember, if you don't like how these go, the little tails, you can always curl them. But again, hang on to that knot. Otherwise, you're going to be untying it. But you can always do that and do a little fluff like that. And on this one, I think I am going to bring in, oh, I was thinking, do I want to bring in some of these really cute butterflies? I'm not so sure I do. It might be overkill. Maybe I'll just bring in some embellishments. Yeah, I don't think so. I think I'll use that on another project. But what I think I will do is bring in this, or I had it all planned out but forgot my embellishments. We're just going to see what this looks like. This is actually blueberry bushel, but it might look okay. So should we go with the blue, or should we play it safe and go with the iridescent foil gems? These ones have the right name on them. So what do you think, the foil gems or the blue? Foil gems or blue? I'll get these open in case you say foil gems. Blue. You know what? I was thinking the blue too, Bonnie. We'll give those a whirl and see how they look. Okie dokie. Just, oh, and there's a pink. I've only got one of those left. Too bad. So I'm just going to scatter these around. And just like that, we have got that card made, and all we have to do is the inside. Ooh, I am liking it. So look at, here's our inspiration, and there's that. Now I can hear some of you saying, what about all the other letters? Well, how I store the other letters is I use our clear medium envelopes. So they come in a package like this. There are, let me see, 50 in a package. So they're a really good deal. I take them and let me just see here. And I tuck the extras in so that I have some for other projects. But they come in very handy. So I'll put all of these in one and keep them together, and that will work out perfectly. So there we go. Put that to the side. Now the inside. Now remember, we cut some of these extra pieces out of the middle here. So let's bring that in, and we can just go like that, or ooh, I think it would look nice going like that. Or we could do this. Actually, I think I like, maybe like, I kind of like that. I'm going to make the decision here and just do that. And it just, well, I'm going to better make the flowers grow right way up though, right? And put that there. So it just kind of brings the same colors to the inside. And while I've got this piece here, I'm going to put a piece on the back. And then I can put my initials there. Whoops, again, put the flowers right way up. I have learned not to put the year because sometimes I don't give it right away and it looks really old. I do have a Stampin' Up! Stamp, and if you put the copyright Stampin' Up! Stamp on your cards or on your projects, Stampin' Up! Gives you permission to sell yours. So that's all you need and you can find that in different stamp sets. So there's always at least one in the current catalog, or you might have one from an old one. So there you have it. Here is the card tonight, how it looks inside and on the back. And let's take a look at the one we cased. So here it is here. And then on this one, I put that on the inside. Now, you know me, once I start to play, I can't stop. So I do have a few more things made with the mini alphabet. All right, so let's take a look-see here. One is this here. So this one here, I used the shimmer paper or glimmer paper, and I used what was left. Now, I could have kept the little inside pieces for O's and stuff, but I found it didn't need it. And then the high is done with the Berry Burst shimmer paper, but I did it on foam. So yes, this die will even cut through our foam adhesive, just like that. Can you see the foam there? So there is that one, and that's where I was using some of those. So there's another one. This one here, I used the Celebration set, the Jungle Pals, and then there's a die that comes that you can get. So the stamp set is a level 1 for Celebration. Level 1 meaning you can get it for $60. When you spend $60, you can earn it. The dies are $120 level, so there's that. So I had fun with that, and I used the letters just like we did tonight, but then I used these and just freehand cut around and did it like that. So, and then I put that on the inside. I'm just loving this vine. So we've got that. So we've got that. So we've got those ones. When you saw me playing with the tools last week, HB, happy birthday, you can add that to most any card. So you've got that as well. Then I was playing around, of course, I love you, perfect for Valentine's Day or just because kind of things. So there's that. Then a friend of mine, Carolyn Dealman, was showing how she made a punch book. So I'll show you that in a minute. But this is just showing how you can put the label on a book. Now on this one, I stuck it down and then I embossed. So can you imagine doing things for kids or even labeling some of the things that maybe your notebook or something like that? So what happens inside is the different punches that I have. And then when I go to craft, number one, I can see what I have, but I can also then take one of these and I can say, oh, this is my 1 3/4 inch circle. Will this fit in it? No, but this will. And I can go through the catalog or the stamp sets, because most of the catalog images and the stamp set images are to size. There are some that are not, but they tell you that. So that's another way I used it. And I think that might just have your brains going full tilt. Do they? I hope so. And just a couple of things. I've been playing, of course, in the past weeks with the hearts, the adorning hearts, pardon me, and the thoughtful moments. So I just wanted to show a couple of other cards made. And so this one here, it's a little harder to see here. I made a background by cutting out just with the die, and then I cut the other one out with the embossing folder and the die. And this was done by Donna, and she did the same thing. I also like how she used that faux leather as just a border here. And if you could see it up close, you could also see that she's stamped right on the designer paper. This is that dogwood set that's in the Celebration catalog. So just a couple of other ideas, and I think that's all I was going to show you tonight. So if you have questions, be sure to ask. Remember, if you're needing some product and you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'm glad to help you out, or if you have questions, I'm glad to help you out. My website is right here, and right now this is my host, how you would get my host code. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. Remember, Celebration is only 2 more weeks, so if you have a big order, take a look at the back of the Celebration catalog. The last few pages, where are they? You can get earn all kinds of things. You can earn the product, you can earn by joining, you can earn by hosting. So there's just so much. Take a good look at those pages and take advantage of all that Stampin' Up! Is offering. Thanks, everybody. Take care and have a good time. Bye-bye.